So they should be able to be heard now. So for those who are listening, very warm welcome. EUeSports Vodcast. Myself, Phil, Hypz, Unearthly, and Jake. We should hopefully be running this for an hour. We're hoping to run these once a week, Phil. All right. Coming up to each
That's a bit ambitious. I would say every 2 weeks.
Yep, 2 weeks. Hopefully you'll enjoy them. We don't mean to bore you, I'm sure we won't. We're just going to basically discuss everything that we think is going around in our community and just a few topics that we feel need to be discussed. So, Phil, if you want to kick it off.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to address the big black box you see on the left. That was meant to be a Twitter feed, but I couldn't get that working in time, so it's just a black box for you. But, yeah, I don't know, what do people want to start with?
Should we start with a big Hypz' win in the? Oh wait, did you win Hypz or did you lose?
Well, this is a bit awkward now, isn't it? Because we beat Infentus. Sorry, Starry, had to bring it up, but we beat Infentus, moved through to the loser bracket final. We're 2 maps down in that. It was a best of 7. We won the first 2 maps quite easily. And then a bit of controversy. They went to Dutch host, which timed out in the middle of the CTF. We restarted with 1 minute left. That's all they gave us, so we lost that. And then we just lost S&D 3-4. I mean, they are my rival team. That's made me dislike them more, but I'm not really upset to lose because we played well. We've only been together for a few weeks, so.
You see, it is looking like... Sorry, Jake. I was going to say, it looks like your team is going to absolutely just destroy this P2P. Have you even dropped a map yet? I don't know.
We dropped 1 map against Hypz' team on the S&D, but yeah.
Hello.
we beat Dutch 4-0 last time, so I don't know what that will carry on to be like in the grand final. What will it be? Best of some? I don't know.
Probably 3-0 best of 11, something like that.
Yeah. Seems best to me, but yeah, it looks pretty easy going from then.
Yeah, we didn't think we'd beat your team anyway, to be honest. If we got through, it's just pretty unbeatable team, to be honest.
What are you going to spend the 60 quid on?
Scuff controller. What do you got it sorted?
Are you not sponsored already? You should be.
No. I haven't heard anything from Scuff. But in Nexus were they're trying to sort something with Scuff, but you know what happened with them. So yeah.
But I was gonna ask you about that, Jake, so as you brought it up, you might as well talk about it. What happened?
Yeah, basically we were under the Organ Nexus and we were gonna go Reflex GTA, which has happened this weekend. But then so they paid for our hotel and they paid for our ticket and it was all going smooth, and then suddenly the guy just disappears for 2 weeks and I had no idea what was going on. And literally on the Friday, the guy was like, "Okay, I'll book the tickets now." And I was just like, "What?" And by then, Swanee, who was picking up for us, he left to play for Apex, and then Flux agreed to play for Mythics, and we all kind of fucked over really. So now we've left Nexus because we can't really trust them. What's to stop them doing exactly the same at EGL? We can't afford to miss EGL. Yeah.
Do you think you would have run Reflex if you went?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident we would have literally not lost the map all event, or maybe an S&D. And that sounds egotistical, but literally looking at the teams there and looking how they played, Apex stormed it, and Apex really aren't that good. If we had Swanee instead of Apex, who Swanee had such an amazing event, yeah, I think we'd have. Yeah, that's what I say about that.
Where's Story going?
Sorry, the fucking thing fell off. I thought I was going to. Sorry. I was going to talk about, let's get back onto the PS3 scene. I just want to focus on the team changes. I'm going to come to you here, Dan, because there's been a bit of a shitstorm going on regarding Roughnecks, regarding Origin Pro. Do you want to just enlighten us? Give us your view, really, on what happened with Jacko, Nibber and Keen.
I think most people know now, but my view is just that it was just ridiculous and a load of bullshit, really. Because I don't know. I think it came down to Nibber following Jacko and Jacko just getting a bit too greedy, because I think most people know, but Origin came with a really good offer, and I don't know where they got the money from or anything, but they're offering full funding, they're offering merchandise, and they're offering, like, they weren't even going to take all the winnings either. I think it was about 50% that had to be paid back, so...
I think it was 30%. That's what Keane said to me.
30? Yeah. No. Alright, that's Keane talking bullshit as per, definitely. Definitely wasn't 30. Yeah, it was a really good offer, so I can slightly just about see why they went for it, but now that they've left and come back, they realise they just made a stupid decision, got greedy and stuff, but I don't know what's going to go on with our team yet. To be honest, we're still waiting to hear from Demon to see if he can come or not, and it's looking more and more likely by the minute, but he still hasn't, like, his parents still haven't given him the go-ahead sort of thing, so as soon as I know about Demon, then, like, my team can start getting sorted out. But, like, in terms of other teams, I just think it's getting ridiculous again. We've had it before, like, with other EGLs as well, but I don't know, I just always think it's ridiculous. I just don't understand why teams can't stick together, I really don't.
Right, Dan, when Jacko and Nibba left, who did you have lined up? I heard a little rumour that you were trying to team with Big Wills, though.
Dream team.
I can't remember who but I did say to someone I'd rather get fucked in the arse by a horse than team with Wilser, and I stand. So yeah, I don't think.
Did you say Jacko never joined back? Yeah.
They haven't joined back, but if Demon can go, then potentially, then the team will stick together again. Because I think Demon really wants to team with them because he's teamed with them for over a year now. So.
Would you want to stick with them even though they've left?
Well, we've got a deal worked out that, like, I don't know, can't go into too much detail, but we've got a deal worked out where they don't get as many benefits as they should from just coming back, so they sort of pay their dues in a sense. So yeah. So possibly, but I mean, a lot depends on Demon. We'll see what happens with Demon.
Yeah. What about Dom? What if Dom says he'll team with you?
I don't know, to be honest. Dom, I really rate Dom. I think he's a good player, but he's a bit of a risk with his, like, non-attendance. So we'll see. It depends on a lot of things. I don't know what Sed's done as well. Sed's always been a guy who just doesn't really care much, which is something I tried to explain when Keane tried to guilt trip me about Sed. But I think Sed's joined back with Keane and Pred now, which is just like, I don't know. I guess it's sort of the same as our situation, but
yeah,
I think that whole team's got back together with Angel as well.
Yeah,
I saw him teaming in the ODC
Angel.
Anyway.
Can anyone see that team last until EGL?
Yeah.
No.
Literally, they'll probably do bad at EGL, then just split up. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
It's a shrewd move from Keane, though. Picking up Angel. I mean, like, so many teams went for Origin. Like, I know for a fact, Wilzo wanted Origin, went for them. Ants went for Origin with his team. And the reason I reckon they definitely went for Keane was because of Angel, because he was a former Origin player and he played for them at Reflex. And I think it was a smart move. I reckon Keane didn't rate him at all.
I don't know. Out of the Origin players, because I do know the French lads quite well, Angel is probably their best player, but I don't know if he's like even though he's their best player, I don't know if he'd still be up to standard. So I don't know really.
Yeah.
Surprised, like, yeah, carry on.
Oh no, I was going to say that. I was going to say, like,
yeah, but, like, I'm surprised Angel and Sed joined back after Keane just literally dropped them right there for Jacko never. I mean, it's just so stupid how, like, people can just snake from other teams with, like, no consequence. Basically, it's just ruining so many teams. And
Yeah,
you really understand that, like, snaking is just, like, such a bad thing. And what's the point?
Like,
You should get no benefit from it.
Exactly. Like, for people that were around before EGL 4, the snaking that was going on just seemed to have no consequences again, and I couldn't believe it. But I mean, what if people aren't willing to if people are just going to join back, like, whenever they feel like it, then there can't really ever be any consequences, can there, I guess?
I mean, like, so many players literally, they'll get a good team in the short term, but as soon as that team fails, literally no one's going to want to team with them afterwards. And there's quite a few examples of people who literally can't find a team now. Like, people like Wilzo, who's like, he's going back and forth between teams because he can't really stay loyal. And then, I don't know, I'd say, like,
I don't think that's got anything to do with his loyalty.
Yeah, I think
I
probably
don't know, because like he won't stick with people. He won't just. He's always got a problem with someone. I'm not picking on Wilson here, but like I'll try to think of another example. But like say like I don't know. But yeah, I actually can't think of any examples on my top of my head. But
there's a few people who seem like they can't settle in teams. Like I don't want to use Hamilton as an example, but he's a decent example. He's a good enough player. Shut up. But he could. I don't know. People just need to settle in a team and like try and do well at least one event rather than just one it all straight away.
What about your team, Starry? Have you guys got a fourth yet?
We had a couple of people in mind. Like we've actually really struggled getting a fourth. It's not the fact that there haven't been other people. Like loads of people, I've spoken to loads of people, but like none of them it's really come up to anything. And I don't want to be arrogant, I really don't. But we do want to play well at this event, and just the people that have spoken to us like didn't really seem like the kind of players that we thought would fit. Things have picked up though, and we think we've got full sorted. I can't really say how it is now, but no, I can't.
Go on.
But only because he said he wanted to scrim with someone else, and then he'd probably join us. But you probably guess who it is because I've teamed with him before. That's probably the biggest hint that you'll probably get. And he's a good player.
Is he a free agent at the minute?
Yeah, he's a free agent for now. Well, things have been messed up for him because like he's had a lot of potential teams, like top teams lined up, and then they've all fallen since Reflex. But he's like one of those players who, if he's got a really good shot on him and he's got really great game sense, he just needs to his call-outs need to be better because he struggles with his call-outs sometimes. And if maybe he's got a bit more of a brain, that's a bit arrogant again coming from me, but if he a bit more of a brain, it'd be better.
You might as well say
look,
come on, Starry.
You'll find out who it is eventually, as I say. He's played with us loads. He's played with us like loads.
Star, if you're not going to tell us about your secret player, you can use it to tell us about your yeast infection.
Yeah.
That's true.
My yeast infection was that's because I ate too much bread. And then it was actually Hypz talking.
Wait there, how can you get a yeast infection on your penis?
Ask Hypz. He seems to know.
Bread, mate.
Something like
Well,
that.
I was just chilling one day. I decided not to go into work, and Star was linking his radio stream. So I was thinking, I'll give that a cheeky listen. And then so I was listening, and he didn't know any of us were listening. He thought because we all said no, we're not listening to that shit, Starry. So yeah, and he was just talking about like embarrassing bodies, and he said, "Oh yeah,
What?
I actually had a little yeast infection in the private area." So I just thought I'd better bring that to the attention of the community.
It's a football radio show. How are we talking about?
That's why I thought it was weird.
Did
weird.
you? Really? Were you just surprised because there was a woman on air in the show? What are you?
Oh, big story.
Absolute rubbish.
We're all
I'm sorry.
friends
All I try and do is link a radio show in a chat, say please listen to it because I could do with the views because it helps the show out, and all I get is hypes. Next thing I know, 1 hour later, he's made a video calling me out saying my team's crap and that I have a yeast infection on my penis. Which
Let's move on from issues of yeast infections. What's everyone's thoughts on the two reflexes, the PS3 and Xbox? Because, as most people should know, the PS3 reflex went really well, and the turnout was the best we ever had. We had 21 teams there, which I thought was amazing. Like, I didn't think we'd get. I thought we were going to get 12 to 16 max. And then the Xbox one, granted they have one every 6 weeks or so, but they only got 18 teams, so we've got to take some sort of win from that, I guess.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was talking to Acid, who's like the infused manager person, and he was basically saying Xbox got too many lands at the moment, you know what I mean? Like, Reflex do one every month because they have to, but like, it's literally taken such a toll on the Xbox scene. It's literally a negative effect more than a positive effect. Like, it always can't afford to send teams LAN every month, man. When you go to Reflex and it costs what, £800 every time to send a team, it's ridiculous. But yeah, but you can definitely see like the PS3 is growing lows. I mean, 21 teams is like ridiculous, considering we had what 17 at EGL4 even.
Yeah. How many do you think people will get for Blackpool? I can't see it being that many. Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to think we get more than that, but I think we get around 20.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd go for the 20 mark. I don't think we'll get more than 21. It's a shame, really. But a fair play to the foreign teams for turning out, especially the Frenchies. Lally as well, great guys. Turning out, they've turned out to an EGL and a reflex, so you got to give great props to them.
Yeah,
but I don't think we'll get more than 20.
But we'll see.
Well,
Big
21 teams on this on the EGL list, so hopefully we get a bit more than that. But you never know.
The thing is, when Xbox do those reflexes every month, it just takes away from the whole LAN vibe, and just if it becomes a regular thing, LAN isn't that special anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially when the top teams stop going, because then anyone can win. It doesn't really mean anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, this LAN just happened. They had 5 top teams, and the competition was so poor. If I'm honest, Dan was saying loads of teams just playing really badly, and it's true. Literally, all the top teams are just playing terrible. It was not a good watch at all.
Hypz, how are you and your team looking forward to your first proper LAN?
Oh mate, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be going large and be screaming at people. I've got a few death threats. Some few gypsies going to beat me outside apparently, but it's nothing I haven't had before.
What?
So yeah, looking forward to meeting everyone, going out clubbing, and that should be a good laugh. Hopefully top 5 placement if I'm feeling cheeky, but have to see how it goes. Apparently we've got some connection players in our team, so we might not place very well, but
we'll see.
Yeah, Rimster.
And
Galaxy.
I don't even want to get into talking about
Galaxy's a decent player. I'll give him his dues, but there is connection involved. It's the same with Rim.
You are up Galaxy's arse big time.
All the people that can't kill Rim up there.
Right up
You
there.
say, Jake?
All the people I can't kill Rim is fucking up there. Jesus Christ.
Rim's from the valleys in Wales.
I swear down, Hypz. I swear, Hypz, you've been on the EUeSports channel and you've been watching ECL3 videos of my old team RYS because your playstyle is disgusting. You are dirty as fuck. You think that I wouldn't have the balls to say it on this podcast, but yeah, I do. You're a dirty, dirty team.
Big balls
and you
there,
flag the pen for your lines. And Rim can't go any. Rim says he's a flag puller. He can't go any further than the middle map. He can't go any further than crates at Dome. That's it. Or Arcaden. He won't go past the broken fucking plane or chop, whatever the fuck it is. He's always at the back in minibar, sitting somewhere back with his flag.
Sorry. I gotta give you a dues for having balls for talking over Skype on a vodcast like that. It takes fucking balls, but still, I mean, it's a good play style. We seem to be able to beat most teams. I mean, we beat you just earlier. I think it was 3-0 or 3-1. Not
3-1,
sure.
3-1 actually. Yeah.
But
3-1.
Yeah, so it's just a good play style. If we're pre-aiming our flag, we know you're in our spawn, so we're not pub stars here. We don't need to complain about camping.
Well, let's stop. While we're sort of on the subject, try and make it a bit more professional again. What do people sort of think about setups for Modern Warfare 3? Do they think the way Black Ops was for CTF? Do you think you need one defending holding and the other 3 going, or do you need 2 holding and 2 pushing? What are people's views?
What do you think, Dan? Because you've only suffered how many defeats at LAN? Was it 1 defeat? And was that against a really good Apex team? Who had
really strong lineup with big.
Hey Jake, they achieved the same LAN position they did with me and you. What does that say?
Oh, I don't know, mate.
Arguably, we won it. That's a different subject. So,
it's debatable tactics, isn't it? I guess it's just whatever works for each individual player's playstyle.
I don't like it when teams call out other teams for being defensive. It's a tactic you see in football. Fucking Sunderland every week go play 10 men behind the ball, play on a counter. It's just like Call of Duty teams do that.
I think for the reason it's different in football is because if you ask the Sunderland manager, he'd say, "Look, we ain't got the players Arsenal or Man U have got so we have to play to our strengths. But if you say that to someone in gaming, they'd never admit anything like that. You'd never say, oh yeah, I don't camp in corners or don't challenge gunfights because I'll get outshot. No one would ever say. But that's the case at the end of the day. So that's the problem people have.
Yeah, but and then the other thing is like no one will admit they'll get outshot either. It's always connection, always.
Yeah. But no, like tactics, Modern Warfare 3. I don't know. I think a lot of people seem to run 3 SMGs now on CTF maps, and it just seems like makes teams a lot more aggressive, and just seems like you can relay flags and things like that. So I think definitely on C-Town's probably going to get taken out soon, but definitely on C-Town you need at least 3 SMG.
Yeah, it's not a great game for competitive, I don't think. On Black Ops, you didn't really need to. I think because there's some dodgy spawns on this game, so it's always best to have someone near your flag, just because people can get a sort of a high spawn and push up. So I think it's better to play defensive on this game compared to Black Ops, where there's sort of fixed spawns.
I thought Black Ops was way campier. Like in Black Ops, literally most teams just had at least one person just sat behind the flag. Whereas in this game, you don't really get that. You'll get one person at camping, yeah, but you won't be sat back.
To be fair, I think it's because of the match and the spawns. Like, if Banner was on this game, you would have someone sitting in bar. Yeah. There's no maps really with choke points like that.
Yeah, but maybe Dome at the back of the vacant building.
Yeah.
Sit there, pre-aim there, maybe pre-aim the double doors as well. But normally on this game, I feel like passive play don't really get rewarded. And then eventually you will get caught. And if you get full down as well, then the relay's on, it's only going to get worse. So I think if you go aggressive, that's the right way to go. And teams have shown that.
Yeah.
Because then anyone could win. Just wouldn't mean anything. I'm just getting mad echo from someone.
What are you saying, Phil?
Who's watching the stream? Because I'm getting echo.
Yeah, so
I just clicked that quickly. Sorry, boys. I got caught out.
It's so confusing.
Oh dear, Hypz.
Right, so
Sorry, mate. Another thing.
What else do we want to talk about? We wanted to have a chat about the role of organisations for people watching, and specifically because people look at the 360 scene and they look at HUGZ and they sort of think, oh, HUGZ are doing that, they should do that for PS3. But what a lot of people don't realise is we're still not at that stage yet. We're still a good year to 18 months behind Xbox in terms of that stuff. So literally, when you get it, be thankful that you get it. If they're not paying anything, don't care. Just that's not the point on PS3 at the moment. And sooner people realise that, sooner more orgs will come in.
And even then, like on Xbox, it's only the top 3 or so teams that actually get decent funding. And that's because like they are really good players, but it's not really that. Also, after they want marketability, and the top Xbox players are like they have YouTube channels and stuff. They're quite popular. They have a lot of following. Whereas PS3, to be honest, we don't have that much following. I mean, like at Reflex, I don't know how many views we got. Was it like 1,500 or something? But still, that's pretty decent. But like, no individuals in PS3 really get any following. So until PS3 starts getting a bit more popular, orgs aren't really going to come to our scene that much.
Yeah, I think people should be maybe a bit more marketable on PS3, like especially the top teams. I think maybe if they, I know it's difficult because not many people would follow as much, but if top PS3 players use those marketability factors like Twitter, for example, because it does help and it does get you open. Like with who, like look at yourself, Jake. You've got a horde of followers, haven't you? And it's like, and it does get you noticed as much as well, and it promotes you with orgs.
Yeah, it's true. Like I don't really have a lot of following compared to like top Xbox players like Gaga who have like loads of following, but I make an effort at least, and it does give me some leeway when it comes to like finals. I mean, because they are a team are terrible at finals, but I mean it's been a lot easier basically just because people know who I am, and like you don't have to be that good to get to that level. You just have to make an effort really. If anyone who is probably like top 5 on PS3 could get a recording device, start make a montage or something, just start making videos and just get us following like HUGZ is doing. You can easily get somewhere quickly.
Yeah, like, it has helped me out.
Yeah,
that's a good point. If anyone's sorry, HUGZ, I'm just going to jump in. If anyone's watching and makes videos send them to me and I'll put them on the channel because we need some new stuff. So
I think just to go back to that point quickly as well, like I think that's one of our biggest problems because like with P2Ps and stuff on Xbox, it seems like teams sign up with the ambition to just play against the top teams, so they just want to have that like. Yeah. I don't know, as gay as it sounds, they want to have that sort of honour, like they want to see what it's like to play against the top teams. But with PS3, people don't sign up because they couldn't care less about playing the top teams, they just don't want to lose against them.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It takes it back, doesn't it? It's like that, vanity pay to play. And with Jake's team, I think Jake signed up Smooth Necks, or what was it, you and Noxie and Stuart Slippy?
To sign up.
Yeah, I remember. I was like, I clicked on the link. I was like, right, let's see who sign up to this guy. I saw your name. I was like, all right, we'll leave it for a little bit and see who else signs up. And then click back again in about 3 weeks. No one's still signed up. Yeah. It says a lot on PS3, and I think that needs to change. And I wish it's good, like in a way, like the people like Hypz and people like the old E-buddies and loads of people that come from game battles, and that it's only £5, for example, this P2P, and people can complain about schedules and the times of it. It's just that it's only £5. It's not like going to set you back the one.
With these £5 P2Ps, we let's just say we're actually going to try and run these a lot more regularly. Like if people want them, which we hope they do. I mean, like don't get your teammates to send you £1.25. Really, each take turns sending a £5, and it's not a £5 is nothing, is it? I mean, if you're struggling for a £5, then just don't bother at all. But just stick your £5 in, have a good laugh. See where you can play. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to try and run those more regularly. Hopefully, this one didn't run too well, but I think we're a bit too ambitious trying to get it done in 4 days. So look out for more of those.
Another thing, Dan, we know we were talking about how was it Jacko had a YouTube account with 2,000 subscribers and doesn't even use it.
Oh yeah.
And we're just like, well, it's so easily just get Roughnecks, just get yourself a YouTube uploaded through gameplays. Literally something simple like that. You get your team be like, oh, we're the best team on PS3. People come over and be like, oh, I want to play Roughnecks because they're class. I've heard. Like when my team moved over to Xbox, when we played Fnatic and Messiah, and we saw Excellency join the lobby, we were like, wet ourselves. I'm not even lying. But I don't think it's that same feeling on PS3 at all. Like literally, someone comes over and you get the same lobby as you were saying. They're just thinking, oh well.
They need to get that marketability. Like we need to get people to want to play against us, to want to see how good we are. But it just seems like on PS3 people just want to play shit people and win, and they're happy with that.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say about one day cups as well. I was gonna ask you about this, Hypz, because you've had a lot of problems in the past when it comes to one day cups and cheap wins and bad staff. Obviously, EUeSports are trying to rectify this with their one day cups. I think 4 per week. I mean, you've had a bit of trouble with it in the past, haven't you? Tell us about that. If you can hear me, it was you, mate.
Me? Oh, right.
Yeah, you've had problems, haven't you, with one day cups with people?
Oh, mate,
Dutch
don't
Walls,
even get me started on. Well, it's just when the state of an ODC, when someone like Lesty's running it, you know what I mean? It's like a 12-year-old kid running a 64-team event. That's not ever going to go well, regardless of if it's CoD or anything like that. But ODCs is like a delicate balance between GB and esports, where you got to try and be honest about winning, but you're getting new teams that don't really understand that you can't click dispute on an ODC. And yeah, they're good though. I mean, that's the only reason that I came over to esports is the ODCs. So I didn't really know about the community or anything, and now I'm going to LAN with an org, so they're a good way to get new teams interested in it.
I think we should say, like, with our ODCs, we really want to try and start pushing the time frames a lot, because a lot of people just can't be, like me personally, I can't be bothered with one day cups anymore, because you start at 5:30 and you know it's not going to finish till 11:30 when it should be finishing around 9 or something like that. Yeah. And it's just, especially a 32 team, that's what, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, yeah, that's 5 rounds. So that should be 5 hours max, really. So, but it just seems to go on until 11, 12, 1 in the morning, and just can't be asked sometimes.
People just taking the piss, like, I think hosts the biggest problem, trying to find a neutral host, so you get faggots who don't want to like take turns hosting, they just refuse to play.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we need to start being like more strict, or we need to like figure something out.
I think we just need to be more strict.
I think people like take it a bit too serious as well, like, and it takes so long to play each match, and people always end up having to wait 2 hours for someone who's holding the whole tournament up because like something stupid, like they will want a neutral host. But it's like, well, it's a one-day cup. It doesn't really mean anything. If you lose, you lose. Just get on with it.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, there's another one tomorrow. If you're that fast, like just start again. Exactly. Not a big deal at all, but there you go.
Yeah, I asked as well. Like, EUeSports, like, think of putting ladders up still. Or was that down the drain really?
No, that's not going to happen because EGL's new website should be out very soon.
Oh yeah,
so
true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
everything.
Well,
So like, I think that'd be really good.
Is the EGL website going to have ladders and stuff?
Yeah. But if we went down that route, I'm pretty sure Mello wouldn't be too happy with me, so I'm staying away from that.
I think ladders, like, I don't know, I wish we could get ladders going again, because for some of the oldies, if any of them, actually I know a few of them are watching the stream, the CG ladder back in the day used to be like a source of pride. You used to want to get first, second, third on the ladder, but now,
honestly, I can see that coming back, that mentality coming back with these with the new EGL website, because there's not going to be loads of disputing kids. It's not going to be like GP. It's going to be more respectable and more like how it used to be.
Yeah,
so
I can
definitely see it improving.
Doing
There's
like
definitely something. No, go on, Jake.
Yeah, doing like a point system as well, where basically like you get like season stuff. So you get like a point system where you get if you finish high, you get a certain amount of rank points, and then I guess like a GB rank in a way, but I don't know, it would be more accurate, I think. So like if you're a good team, you get recognised more, and I feel like Josh is doing something similar as well. He's doing like a rank of points like based on lands and PvPs on his website.
Josh's little system.
Josh is like Albert Einstein system.
in case anyone doesn't know, Josh keeps a little record in like an Excel spreadsheet by himself. Doesn't give it to anyone. Does it by himself.
You're taking the piss, man.
It's called like the ELO ranking system or something like that.
The Jake-ukpfc system.
Yeah,
I think with the EGL ladders, there's definitely something like I can't think of a way to work it out on the spot. There's definitely something like to sort seeding points out for LAN from that, especially for teams that haven't been before as well. Like that could be quite an easy way to do stuff.
Yeah. So I'd say ask you, Dan. How do you reckon? How is the seeding going to be done for EGL being head of the committee? Anything we've decided yet?
Like I don't know. We always like to try and reward people that have been to LAN before, just for that commitment. But on a new game, I don't know if it would really be fair to do it. So I'm guessing we're just going to have to do it based on online. But I don't think we're going to do. Oh yes, of course we can do reflex as well, even though it's a different event, the same game. So, but I don't think we're going to do a random tournament again, because we're just going to do opinion-based things, and if people don't like it, then fair enough. But random, it came up with a few unfair matchups, I think, and I really didn't like it. We haven't spoke about it in committee, but it's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's come a long way, hasn't it, from the old ECL2 seeding league, and going on from there. It's been it's weird to see how fast the scene has progressed for us now. You know, we used to have enough time to run a big seeding league for all the teams going EGL, and now it's coming to the point where we can only judge it on opinion. And I think that's really great for the scene. I just think people need to trust the committee and decide, because I know a lot of people would be worried, you know, that the committee would shortchange them, so to speak, and leave them, you know, with not enough seeding points. I think if you trust them, they will get it done the right way and give you the seeding that you do deserve.
That's the thing. People think the committee's just Dan sitting in the bedroom, just making stuff up, making the rules up, and just giving people seeding points. When in fact it's like there's 8 people all in a big Skype chat who we talk quite a lot and like sort these things out. But Dan still gets a blame for everything that goes wrong.
Yeah, plus it goes in the staff chat.
Yeah.
So.
Even though EGL4 was his fault, other stuff like.
No, it wasn't. No, it was.
Oh, there you
EGL4
go.
was defo not my fault. If I get told I have 21 hours to plan with, and then I get told actually you've got 18, and I planned for 60, and then they go actually you only had 14, that is not my fault. The fact that the Spanish take an hour to sort out playing 4v3 is not my fault.
Well, I hope you're happy with yourself that it cost me a land victory. Really.
Oh, Phil.
We're not going down.
Now you'll be back there one day, Phil. You'll be back there one day.
No, I won't. Did not say, I was teaming with Hatchet.
You said something. I swear you said something ages ago about I'm going to end up teaming with Hatchet again, aren't I?
Like, is there definitely no way you can start on a Friday for EGL then?
I guess potentially if we spoke to Mello, because they do.
Like
What was that? Start on a Friday.
Yeah,
start on Friday. Like they did the ECL too. They started on a Friday. They did the free fall, but still, if all these events are running every time, I don't see why they can't start on a Friday. And like every time on a Saturday as well, it seems to take at least like 3 hours past what the actual time it should have started. And it seems like I always feel like there's literally 2 people trying to set up like 200 Xboxes. I'm like, well, sort something out surely.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we haven't updated the Xboxes, and it's like, well, surely you should have sorted this out. Like
that's been a problem at I think every single ECL. Can you help me out here, Phil? I think definitely Loughborough was a problem, definitely, and I think EGL4 as well. We got in. Do you remember? We got in at 9 when the event was supposed to start, and they didn't let anyone in to only our section. They weren't letting people in.
Yeah, that was because of StarCraft. Because StarCraft wasn't ready.
No. Oh yeah, it was because of that. But it was also because of the security things. Do you remember?
Yeah.
There was wires they didn't have tape down, and they just run out of fucking tape to tape.
Well, Loughborough was the same. Like we went the day before and we were ready by like when the doors opened at 10, and then everything got delayed by about 2 or 3 hours because the rest of the event wasn't ready. Even though PS3 was set up in the corner, it was ready.
Yeah.
Just delayed everything, which hopefully Blackpool will be better because they've been Blackpool before, so they know the deal. So it might be better this time.
Loughborough's the worst, man. I've never days. I was literally stood out there waiting for about 4 hours, just doing nothing. And then we got to the final and ended up having to play it best. Well, we had to play it 3 matches best of 3, and we played a final best of 5, which was with a 2-0 disadvantage.
That's ridiculous, to be honest.
And we didn't get on mainstream just once, and it's like, whoa, this is shit. It was like
I think
the worst event ever.
That Loughborough one, that was the one when they were like 3 hours. They didn't let anyone for 3 hours, and we were ready like an hour and a half into that. But that was when we were updating loads of Xboxes, wasn't it? I think it was Phil. It was me, you, Loveday, and Josh. Was it? I think.
The thing is, Blackpool's going to be the same, by the way, because you're going to have to update the PS3s, update Modern Warfare 3, and it's all being played online. So
I'm really worried about the online part. I've got to say, like if anything happened with PSN, if PSN went down or anything, we would be absolutely fucked.
I think we sorted something out for that, didn't we? Wasn't it? Didn't you check it, or did Josh check it?
Because like you can make classes on System Link, but it just means everyone has to play on the same classes.
Yeah, but I mean, there's only a few different classes. I mean, there might be the odd person.
If it's never been considered, like, you know, on System Link, you can't play on it unless you level up yourself. Like, surely can't everyone just sit there, literally spend an hour of their time getting to level 80? Bring up like a USB stick and play on System Link.
Oh, actually, Mel mentioned that. He asked us about that yesterday or the day before, and I forgot to find out. So if anyone
it would take an
knows,
hour each, and everyone would just have to do it once, and then you wouldn't have to do it again. And like,
why would it only take an hour?
Well, to level up to level 80, you just have to sit there killing no one there with a tactical insertion and shoot them in the head. And you get to level 80.
I don't understand. Is it online or is it like combat training?
On System, right? Yeah, you have to level up. So it's like Publix, but on System Link. So the reason we don't play on System Link is because everyone would be at level 1, we'd have no guns. But you can just sit there just by yourself and just level 80 yourself, then bring it in on a USB stick, and then you could play on System Link with everything unlocked.
Would that? Can you put PS3 accounts on a USB stick?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know if you can have Xbox, you should be able to PS3. Yeah.
You can put
you
the
can.
save data for the game, can't you? Not the save data, the like game profile thing.
Yeah, that's true.
That could be an option.
Yeah, you could do that, and then you could change the name as well, so there'd be no problem. And you'd have to do it once, and then you could use it for a year. It just seems so. And like and probably someone would find some quick way of doing it really quickly if anyone like lost their account or something. It seems like such a small reason for everyone to dodge something.
That's a good point. Actually. If anyone's got an hour spare where they're doing absolutely fuck all, just do it.
Just get Rex. Just get Rex.
Get fucking water.
10 seconds.
Well,
public calls.
If that can happen, that'd be good, because then we could use that internet for the stream, because there might be a little bit of a problem with the PS3 stream. Because the connection is pretty bad at Blackpool. So,
you see, Jake, if we played on System Link, would that be better connection overall, or is it still technically online? Like, how does it work?
System Link, it's LAN. So, like, when you play at LAN online, whoever hosts still gets an advantage. Like, it's still online. Just like it's still LAN, but it still is bits of connection. It is a bit of bullshit sometimes. Like in LAN, I think it would be a lot smoother and remove a lot of problems. And like I think because you need no internet for System Link. Well, I don't know actually how it works, but I guess you need less internet or something. It'd be easier for the event organizer. I don't know.
So it would actually be a bit smoother and play a bit better then.
Yeah, like people complain at Reflex sometimes about how they got bullshit, and it does happen when you play online at LAN.
That's something to think about then, I guess.
It might not work. Like I might just be dribbling, but someone should look into it. Like literally just see if it would work. So it did.
Yeah. As long as it'd go well. And so I'd like to get back onto the topic a little bit of actual EGL PS3 and the playing. Might as well ask you for your predictions. Is it one to think? I'll start with you, Phil. Who is out of the teams now? I know there's going to be loads of team changes, etc., etc., etc. Who's going to win the event? PS3.
I'll just go whatever team Dan's in.
Oh, yeah.
Much love, Phil.
I'm still here.
I was looking for the teams list now, just like actually.
It's too early to say because I don't even know any teams that go. But
I think
from what I can tell, I'd say you've got Dan, you've got Dan's team, you've got Origin, you've got MDTH,
Team Waffles, and got just looking. So you've got Team Waffles, which is Aaron, AJW, Finch, Initiate, Tibbs. That'll be a good team.
I think if they play and take it seriously, that could be a really good team. But
they need to put the time. We beat them 3-1, but like they just need to play more. That's like the problem. They will get well set up, and the fact they're having a bad day when I 1v4 them in S&D. So they need to sort that out first.
I knew that would come in. I knew that would come into this podcast.
If they sort that out.
That was big news.
Obviously, got
all over stuff.
You got DN as well, like you massive upset at Reflex. They did really well.
It wasn't. Was it really an upset though?
I don't know. Like I don't think people expect them to get top 3. They like smashed some teams, literally.
Yeah,
and they put up a really good match up against us. Like I was really surprised how well they played against us.
No disrespect to them. It was like 2 good teams at that event.
But
I mean, for the event, they would never beat teams like Dutch Wolves, Genesis. They would have been a lot closer, but at the event they just had this adrenaline rush and were just smashing teams. So
they were a good team.
I think
Sam's actually joining in DN. Does anyone know?
No, I don't think so at all. I think he's still in Momadou, as far as I know.
Well, their DN's team they've sorted their team out now, haven't they? For LAN, they got their Bane guy, which is their original 4th.